What is up, Sideways fam? We're sitting in a right-hand drive Mark 4 Super right now, and today the video I'm going to be showing you guys is how do I get my tachometer working on my non-turbo Supra Mark 4. It doesn't work. I just hopped to a GTE. What is the process to get this to work? So as we can see right now, I'm going to go ahead and start the car because this is an NA Auto Mark 4, and it would be the same thing if it was an NA Manual Mark 4 or SC300, and maybe I'll even grab a cluster and show you guys how to do that as well. But we have to do the tach bypass. So instead of spending a bunch of money and having to buy an MFC tach adapter, you actually can just solder 2 points on the cluster with a wire, which is going to bridge and bypass the resistor, which is kind of getting into more stuff. You can actually also replace the resistor with a different ohm resistor, and it will read as well. But for ease and simplicity, this is how you do it. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera, start the car right now to show you that the cluster does not work and the tach is not functional, and that it is functional and working on the ECU through the CAN system. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull the whole entire dash apart. I'm going to go ahead and flip the dash, take it all apart, pull the whole entire tachometer out, solder the resistor, put it back in, and then start the car, and the tach's going to work beautifully how it's supposed to work. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera right now, and let's get into it. Alrighty, so we're in the Supra. I got the CAN gauge right here so we can see how everything's working. I'm going to go ahead and start the car. So key on, fuel pump turns on, fuel pump turns off. We're going to go ahead and start it. Make sure we're not in gear. We're not in gear. Okay, so car's on. You can see right here on the BTI, we're running at about 900 to 1,000 RPM. Everything's cool, but we got nothing working on the cluster right now. I give it some gas, and nothing's working. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this apart, and we'll get into it. So 3 connectors all unplugged. This is the whole board on the back of the cluster. All we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this plastic right here that just kind of insulates everything so it doesn't bottom out and ground out. This piece will just come off, and then we can go ahead and reinstall this piece later. So leave it up there. Then all we're gonna do is we're gonna pop the little clips right here for the black and the plastic piece, and we're gonna unbolt this these 3 bolts right here for the tach. We're gonna unclip it, and the whole entire thing will come out. So I'll do this really quickly. Push, push. Take that off. This comes apart too. I learned how to do this a long time ago, so I'm pretty fast at it. That way I don't need to speed up the video too much. So we will flip this over. 3 bolts here. Take these off real quick. This piece just comes out, you clip it back in, and you'll peel this back off here. Then all you do is you kind of finagle this through the part right here. You can bend it, just be really careful. And we're out. And then basically right here where the resistor's at, we need to bypass the resistor in order to get the tach to work. So this is the back of the tach. And if you look at it with the little light facing up, you're going to go ahead and run this lead here to this lead here above my finger, run one wire here, which bypasses the resistor right here. And that's it. That's simple. So let's go ahead and do it. So it should look something like that. Let's see if it works. So it's all still apart. We'll get the CAN gauge over here so we can kind of monitor this right here and see how consistent it is. And we're going to turn the key. Boom. There you go. That easy, guys. About 1,000 RPM here, 1,000 RPM here. That easy.